Good afternoon. This is Sue Lawton and Deb Weyland. Deb, are you
Deb.
there?
Yep. Hi, everyone.
It's so cool. We are in week 22 of our personal peaceful growth calendar experience. And the last couple of weeks, we've gotten into some very specific how to have clarity in different parts of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we're taking on the very challenging portion of communication that's called listening.
Huh?
Yeah. What? What? Did you say that?
I couldn't resist. Sorry.
That's fine. The thing is that people fail in communication and later wonder what happened. I told her, why didn't she remember? I was very clear what happened. So we're going to help you with that. This is one of my favorites. The Peanuts classic. So what do you think? Well, what difference does it make? You never listen anyway. I was just making conversation. When you make conversation, you have to listen too. And Lucy says,
You do?
you do? You would be surprised the number of people that I deal with who are just unhappy because they say, no one listens to me. Or the other line is, no one appreciates me. Nobody expresses gratitude to me. And what do I say back, Deb?
You have to express gratitude first.
Right. When's the last
And
time you said thank you to someone? And when is the last time
right.
you listened to somebody else's concerns and actually remembered what they said?
Mm-hmm. Well, communication does go both ways. Not everybody understands that.
Right. And this was the music that goes with our calendar this week. I'm playing the music first, and if you listen to it and the words, you will understand. A man is placed upon the steps, and baby cries. High above you can hear the church bells start to ring. The heaviness of it settles in somewhere you can hear it sing. Then it's one foot, then the other, as you step out on the road. Step it on the road. How much rain, how much rain. And it's how long and how far and how many times. Oh, before it's too late. Call all angels. Call all angels. Walk me through this night. Don't leave me. Okay, the reason we selected that music, not only is it a really nice melody that plays over and over again, when you listen carefully to the words, you realize you've been listening to yourself really well, and you may have been listening to that little voice in you or near you. And the other chaos around you, the other noise around you is just a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And we mix up the juniper berry, the cilantro, and the lavender. That helps you sort what's going on. We really
Right.
like you to say your affirmations every day, use your blend every day. People who are using the calendar, we get cards and letters every week with people talking about how they are more peaceful. They're more calm about achieving their goals.
Right. And when we listen effectively, it's amazing what we really do hear, because a lot of times when we listen to others, our brain is already jumping ahead and assuming what we think they're going to say. So we really haven't heard them. And when we take the time to stop and listen, it's amazing what we actually are able to hear and comprehend.
Especially when we've tied things to our goals. If our goal is to be peaceful and calm, We will heighten our sensitivity to tone of voice, actions, noise that either supports our goals or is delaying the completion.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the juniper berry is very emotionally grounding and balancing. It's excellent for freeing up hearing blockages and grief release. It's good for skin, so it can be applied directly. It works to break through psychological stagnation and consolidate willpower. We have a friend who lost her husband some years ago
Mm-hmm.
who is emotionally frozen. And
Yes.
it's amazing to us how talented this person is. But because
Mm-hmm.
she's frozen, what's happened to her, Deb?
Yeah, there's no appreciation of the here and now. It's all the recollections is everything's in the past. They live in the past and they don't move forward. They don't find joy in everyday things. And what it does is it sounds terrible, but it's like sucking the life blood out of them.
Yes.
We're watching them fade away, age quicker, just lose the ability to find joy in day-to-day activities. And it's so hard to sit and watch it. But if you don't hear, you don't listen, and you live in the past, you just can't move forward. It's a very scary thing to watch.
It really is. And we love juniper berry because it's
Mm-hmm.
so good at re-educating cells. And we're going to talk a little bit more about oils and communication in just a second. The biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand. We listen to reply. And a little subsection of that is our need to be right or our need to play hero. We have several friends who are very bright, very intelligent, who would like to spend a lot of time fixing other people's lives. And it's very nice that they're that generous, but my offering help to people is to please engage in your peace and your calm and give
Mm-hmm.
people room to figure things out on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
we have the advantage of oils.
that's right.
When we're listening, and you've done this as a very effective teacher on many levels, Miss Deb, is the rep
Yes.
systems. We as United States educated people, we recognize there's different patterns and ways of thinking that people have and how they process information.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are visual, some people are auditory, some
Mm-hmm.
people are kinesthetic. They feel more as more information. A feeling is more information for them. The olfactory system, and that's your sense of smell. And
Mm-hmm.
the last one is about your guts, and it's about eating. It's one of the ways people talk. They'll say, "Wow, what a delicious idea. Wow, what a sour outlook that person has." That their words give them away about how they process their thinking. And because we're intelligent, we automatically shift gears to match them. Because if I'm busy
Mm-hmm.
thinking at somebody who is processing delicious, we're not going to communicate really well, are we?
No, not at all. No, it's important to match the person that you're sitting across from or in the group with, and so that you can really comprehend and hear, quote, hear what they're saying. So, and I've learned this, like Sue said, through dealings with my children, my students, and even my friends. We're different and we process information. So when I process information differently sometimes. And so you have to relate to them on that level and give them time to explain themselves in that way.
Right,
And
because
listening to our gut is a hard thing.
right, I hear what you're saying. Okay, I think I know what you mean. I could smell that idea. It's interesting how people process things, okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
You just really have to work with paying close attention. And so if you're in the moment and you're doing what you love, you're going to be able to pay better attention. And can you tell us about some of these things when they've come up?
Yeah, these are a lot of things when we fail to communicate with one another. You ask a question of someone and you don't take the time to hear their answer. A lot of people just keep talking even though they asked a question, and they just talk over you. So you need to learn to stop and listen for the answer if you're asking a question. Talking over other people to be heard. Because you feel that what you have to say is more important than others. Asking a question, and a lot of times people just want a simple yes or a no. And some people, in order to give you a response, you kind of have to listen to a story a little bit. So if you really want to communicate with that person, you have to be able to sit back and wait for that to end to actually get to their answer. I love this one. There are so many people in my life to love to do this. They deliver other people's news. They've heard about it and they feel that they have to call and tell everyone what somebody else's business is. I mean, that is not a good way to communicate with anyone at all.
Right.
Um,
I always warn people, if you enjoy listening to sad tales about others, understand those same people are telling sad tales about you. It's a waste of time and energy.
Mm-hmm. And I actually stop people now. I'm like, you know what? I really don't think that's something that I should be hearing. And I stop them because I feel uncomfortable hearing that information that I know that person wouldn't want spread around. So we really have to think about other people's feelings when we're doing that. And
Right.
I love the people that repeat the story. You and I both know people that do that, right, Sue?
Oh my gosh, it's the same story. We've heard it 8 times. I started interrupting. I'm sorry, I already know that story because that means they're not moving forward. They've been getting enough fake attention
Mm-hmm.
that they're not really paying attention to what they're saying. They're just tying up somebody else's energy.
Absolutely. Yeah, you need to be attentive to the person who is talking so that you can hear them.
Right.
You
And
know,
if
otherwise
I'm
you're sending them the signal that you're not important.
right, and I'm big on if I'm in the car, I'll call somebody and say, I'm driving. Do you have a minute? Other
Mm-hmm.
people will call. I can hear them driving, they're cleaning, they're sorting things out. They put the phone down and walk away. And I'll say, I'm sorry, are you really listening? And they're really not. So I just will end the conversation. Don't
Mm-hmm.
call me just to keep you company
Mm-hmm.
while you're cleaning your room. We're going to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very clear about before I make a call, I set an intention. The intention for this call is, and whatever it is, I'm hoping to be able to connect.
Right.
Now, juniper berry, analgesic, antibacterial. If you'll notice at the bottom of the page, there's a way for you to download some handouts. So if you're on the call, the handouts are yours.
Very nice.
Right, and you'll see why juniper berry, cilantro, and lavender work together so well. They are all analgesic and they
Wow.
are all antibacterial. And we have an antihistamine, which is great. And
Mm-hmm.
we have a chelator, which is great,
Mm-hmm.
along with juniper berry that re educates your cells. So if you're clearly stating, I am communicating better with my relationships. I am communicating better in a business sense. And when I work with people to build them to diamond, the first thing I'll say is all business calls can be successfully completed within 10 minutes. And you train your people, don't tie up anyone's time longer than 10 minutes at a time. Be succinct, declare the reason for your call. If you agree on a phone appointment, understand what the appointment is for. Do not mix it with social things, do not mix it with visiting about the kids. Business
Mm-hmm.
is business.
Right. Right. It is amazing how much all of these overlap, and the blend together smells so amazing that first of all, you'd want to use it. And when you put it on, as Sue said, clarify that you are choosing to listen effectively. And you'll be more goal directed if you choose to do that.
And what have you used juniper berry for, Miss Deb?
Well, I love juniper for hearing anything, and it does. I also use it at times for at nighttime. It makes me have good dreams. But there's a great blend that we have for with juniper berry. You know, when we're listening to others, sometimes we're hearing things that we may not want to hear, and we might not want change to happen or be a little fearful of it. So to support like different changes in our lives when we are choosing to hear, a nice blend of juniper berry, 2 drops, cypress, 3 drops, frankincense, 1 drop. And if you put it on your sternum in the back of your neck and state your intention, it will help you through this. It will help you grow and be able to accept what you're hearing, maybe sometimes for the first time.
Right. And you could process it that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, but juniper berry is an amazing gift. I mean, look at all it does, my goodness. And to combine it with some of our other great oils is, it's another gift. It really is.
Right. And some people talk about cilantro. Oh, that's only good for chasing away bugs. No, it is
No.
great for so many things.
Yeah, the plant itself is amazing. It just everything about it, the way it grows and what it's able to do. It helps so many things. But one of the things that I like cilantro for is it improves circulation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to make a blend and you use a half an ounce of coconut oil, take 2 drops of cilantro, again, 4 drops of cypress, and wild orange, 2 drops, and our friend rosemary, 2 drops, and blend them gently. And you put that, and you start at your ankles, and you apply it. You can put it in a roller bottle if you want, and from your ankles up, you want to apply it. It helps improve circulation. Well, what does that have to do with listening? Well, being a good listener means that you're attentive, that you're focused, and that you're going to have clarity to hear what someone's saying and improve circulation. Of course, that impacts our brain. It goes right through our brain barrier, more oxygenation into the brain, and we will have better focus and be able to listen better. So you get the gift of both things when you use it for that purpose.
For sure. This is one of my favorite sayings when it comes to listening. I know you believe that you understood what you think I said, but I am not sure you realize that what you think you heard is really not what I said.
Mm-hmm.
This was a sign I had over my desk in the hospital for years because people would come in and go, blah, 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 blah. And I go, well, tell me what you heard and tell me what you understood. And then they'd stop and think about it.
Right.
But what's most important is that you declare focus and you declare intention.
I love it. You know my love of dogs, but their ears on this are so big, and it doesn't matter how big her ears are. Look at me when I'm talking to you. That's one of the first things they teach you.
Yes.
As an educator and as any form of communicator, make good eye contact.
Right on. And what does Ollie Oil have to say to us?
Well, Ollie Oil is teaching the kids to say that I'm a good listener. You know, I worked with younger children, but I work with children with special needs, and, oh no, I just don't have focus. And, the parents are saying, nope, they don't focus. They don't hear me. But every person can be a good listener should they choose to be. And Ollie Oil will definitely, definitely help them do that. And he's also teaching us that it makes a great tea for cold times. And if you put it on the bones behind your ears, it helps keep those passages clear. I know today, allergy season is starting and I can feel it already. So it's a great gift for helping keep all those eustachian tubes and breathing passages open as well. So it's
Right.
super for kids.
And I've had lots of people ask, can you please re-record the hearing protocol? You used to be all over YouTube. That's true. But I used some companies' names of blends, so it had to come down. And yes, I have a friend who has the ability to record, and hopefully we will be doing that next Tuesday, and it will get posted to YouTube, and you will love it.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate this saying too. One of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say, and that is being respectful of them. And it's not superimposing your own thoughts or ideas on someone else's comments. Just listen.
Yeah, listening is nodding your head, making non-committal, judgmental statements like, wow, oh man, geez, oh Pete. Non-judgmental. Do not pass judgment and make suggestions unless somebody says to you, do you want, they want your advice. If they say, what do you think? And you have to prep it with, are you sure you want to know what I think? Because sometimes people just want to blah, blah, blah. Because when they blah, 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 it's out in front of them and they get to examine it. It's in the expression sometimes that the problem is solved. But in order
Right.
for it to get solved, you can't complicate it by putting in, well, I think you should do this, or I think you should have him shot, or whatever. You can't say those things.
A lot of times they're just looking for confirmation that what they did or said was the way that you would go also. So they're really not looking for you to tell them how you would have done it different. They just want you to sit there and go, okay, nice job.
Right. Do you feel better now? Oh, that was it.
Okay.
We started our show with, when you talk, you are only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you have the opportunity to learn something new. Please clearly state your goals and your affirmations. Please use your oil blends. They make great erasers of old misinformation. And please understand, you can do it.
Absolutely. And when you use these oils, we are getting rid of old stuff. So remember, drink your water, drink your water, drink your water.
Drink your water. Very important.
Thank you, Sue. This is great because so many of us, myself, I need to be a better listener at times as well. So this was great to hear. And I hope that everyone out there will reap the benefits of this in this lovely oil blend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Deb. It's always fun. See you next week.
Okay. Bye.